Accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you, they was blocking the shine. Now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real.
Oh, my fault.
Now look who's frozen.
I ain't frozen.
Yeah, obviously. StreamYard about to be on one today. I already see it. Because I caught it with the caption and what's the name. So hold on right quick.
So while she is tending to her technical difficulties, how everybody doing? How everybody doing?
Good. Feel good. How you doing, bro?
I am wonderful. And we got the OG in here, Mr. Neil Mo.
What's up?
And we got a newbie, Kim Tyler. Hey, yo.
Hey y'all.
You kin of Tyler Perry now?
I will be in about a year.
Okay, in about a year? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's when we're gonna be related. So call me back then.
I got you.
Bet that up. Uh-oh.
We're not gonna explain that. We're not gonna explain that relation real quick. I mean, there is a slight difference in complexion, so I'm just curious. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't never ask questions.
There's okay. I don't even have to explain that. Okay, I got you.
You don't see the resemblance?
Okay. Look, my bad.
It's the small splashes of soul. You have to get real close and see those little.
Mm-hmm. See, there you go. Right there.
Okay.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go.
It is.
All right. So thank y'all for tuning in tonight on another wonderful Saturday. Apparently we got technical difficulties going across the board because everybody's knocking it. So get ready. But hey, it is what it is. We've been here, done it before. We're gonna roll with it, make it do what it do. Yeah. So as usual, Nika Pinks. Here she go with this shit.
It's always gonna be one. Look, just don't hate.
Halo. What happened to Hell on Earth? What happened to that?
Y'all, that wasn't me. Y'all came up with that because y'all was hate.
She's still Hell on Earth.
Moving right along.
Still.
Yeah,
still Hell on Earth. Yeah. All right. DA.
What up? It is your boy DA. What y'all doing? Man, you know, I got a taste for some brownies.
Them special brownies.
Man, nah. Oh, is that R. Dot?
Rodney in the building.
Yeah.
Hey, Rodney. Hey. Don't hurt yourself too bad.
Oh, you know Rodney out there trying to break the popping lock. Sound like a bag of popcorn.
And if you do, I hope you got that Bengay at the house for you.
Yeah. More than that.
All right. DJ.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? I'm ready for this topic. Got a lot to say.
It's about to go down, son.
I'm almost scared, especially when you just did that deacon clap. That I'm a little concerned now.
Let's get it.
Okay. All right, let's get it. All right. So tonight, we have Stranger Danger is what I'm gonna call him because he ain't been on in a little while. but we have nobody other than Mr. Neil himself.
Good evening, everybody. And I just want to give you a fair warning now. I'm fitting to be the most controversial person on the internet. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I love how y'all giving all these warnings. See, I was trying to come with I wasn't gonna load my look. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, started talking about guns, so I figured I might as well come loaded. You know what I'm saying?
I thought we was amongst
I'm
family,
scared.
so I see how you coming. Don't think I ain't gonna sit my piece on the table too. Then what's good?
Let's go.
Oh Lord.
I see what
So
your gender
actually...
role is.
So,
hey, did you say gender roll or jelly roll? Which one you say?
What'd you say, bro?
Shit,
Jelly roll. Who said jelly roll?
No, that's what I thought I heard. Jelly
Oh.
roll. Oh,
baby, I got them too.
That's
That's good. I be serving it up for breakfast and dessert. So, how you doing? And there's that.
All right now. All right.
Yeah. We're gonna have to pray.
Let me wipe my mouth
we might have
off
to do a
something.
prayer before we get started tonight for real.
Get your napkin.
Yeah. So none other our other guest here for tonight is no other than Kim Tyler of Meet the Tyler podcast. We are very happy for you to be with us tonight because we know what it's been like to get you on here.
Oh, my life's a movie. Like they thought it was a joke, but it's been a process to get me here. Like, but I'm here now, so I'm gonna give you all the Miss Possible one-on-one I can give y'all. You know, especially with this topic. So we're happy to get into this topic, actually.
Yes, most def. And happy belated birthday to you, because I know your birthday was this week. So happy birthday.
Yeah. I started my climb I started my climb up the hill so that, you know, in a couple of years I can make it over the hill. So
yes,
I'm getting there.
That's what's
I'm
up.
getting there.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Also, happy belated birthday to no other than I'm gonna claim her as our house doctor. Dr. Ken celebrated a birthday this week as well. So many blessings, and I know she was doing it too. If Beyonce took that and got her and had her in them streets, so definitely happy birthday to all those that shared a birthday last week, and we'll have one coming this week. So definitely happy birthday, many birthday wishes.
Me and DA gonna sing y'all happy birthday at the end of the show. Just wait on it.
We gotta sing the right version though.
We gonna do a duet.
Here we go again. All right. So tonight, this is going to be our part 2 because, of course, last year we did do gender roles, and I think that mug lasted like 3 hours because it got a little heated out here. I think everybody was ready to set it off on the left and the right. So, woo! The way backstage went tonight. Oh yes, I don't even know what to say. Buckle up. Have y'all drinks and y'all snack. I might have to go get me something else to drink because I forgot who we had on tonight. So yeah, so gender roles 2 tonight. We know that most of us out here in these podcast streets, and we had some other people, I'm sure, that was exposed to the TikToker. We won't say his name because we're not gonna give him his flowers. But he asked a question on one of his lives, and he asked why women do not cook and clean no more when they get off from work, why they ain't women it, as we can say. And there was a guy that came on vacation, and he said because they are tired, and it set all the social media off like hell. Everybody was putting up their dukes and fighting everybody. It was an all-out war just from saying because women are tired. Mm-hmm. So, we're also going to touch on there's a couple of episodes where Pink's got her feathers ruffled a little bit by something that somebody in the comments said.
We ain't doing that.
And we got in the mix, we gonna touch on the feminine and masculine energy. Oh, what did you see? Oh, y'all see Neil's face expression? Oh, shucks. Oh! You all right over there, Neil?
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, let's get it. So, my first question starting off tonight is, do you think that gender roles in relationships are necessary? Come with it, Neil. That look on your face. Come with it. Hey, wait. First, I'm gonna ask: is Tiffany at home before you answer?
Yeah. She's right downstairs.
Okay.
Make sure the door locked just in case she got to run up here. You see him get snatched off the camera. We know what head.
Oh, yeah, we know. We just see you kind of disappear. We know what it is.
First of all, y'all ain't finna come for my guy like that. So
it's all good.
Yeah,
it's all good.
That ain't about to happen.
No.
So are gender roles necessary? So I'm gonna give a short answer, and I'm gonna say yes. They're necessary. Plain and simple.
Okay.
Yes. And everybody's gonna be like, well, what you mean? Whatever they're saying in the background. I'm gonna ask this one question. And let's see if I can set it off. And like I said, I'm gonna be the most controversial person on the internet today. I can name two things off the top of my head, right off the top of the dome right now. I'm in the cipher. I can name two things that a female would rather not do that males do. And another thing that that females do that a male would rather not do. Okay. And it falls right into the realm of what we call roles. And let's go with the male part, for example. Would for example a female be willing to let's do a task that generally speaking falls in the realms of men. Would a female, let's say you have a couple who can't afford to take their vehicle to get repaired, would a female be willing to go repair that vehicle? Yes or no?
I know a few females.
Generally speaking, do women want to repair vehicles?
Generally speaking, no, they don't.
Exactly. I mean, it's not. I mean, and it's not a. And I think we get all bent out of shape, like with roles, because to be honest with you, men take it too far, and in my opinion, try to demean women for the fact that they may not be able to do certain things that men can do. I don't fall in that realm. I just feel like there's certain things that men do and women do. It's just nature. Come on now. Podcast over. Bye.
So then, with that being said, why can't it just be an acknowledgement of, okay, men can do this certain thing and they're a little bit better, or they have the skills to, the strength to, whatever, then consider it a role? Why does it have to be a role? Why isn't it just acknowledgement of
go ahead,
you being able to do it?
Yeah. Go ahead, DJ.
I think about that when we hear gender roles, most often our minds revert back to old school tradition, grandma and grandpa type relationships. That's the reason why when you say gender roles, there's this riff associated with it. Now, I personally do believe in gender roles, but not that traditional way of thinking that things have to be the way grandma and grandpa did it, this and that. No, not so much as that. But I do believe that there are certain things that a man should do and there's certain things that a woman should do, point blank and period. Now, it's not going to look the way it looked back then. However, yes, they are very necessary.
I see you
All right,
winding up,
Kim.
Kim. Go ahead. Take a
Kim.
swing at it.
This is my favorite subject, actually. I talk to my kids about it. I speak with my coworkers about it because today I see more feminine men and more masculine women than I've ever seen in my 47 years.
Word
Like,
up.
I
So
believe that they're necessary to differentiate between the sexes, basically. Like, at this point, if you have to, okay, I know I was a single mom after my first marriage went bad with my oldest two, right? And I had to do a lot of manly things, not because I chose to be masculine, but I had to go plunge that toilet. I had to change that tire. I had to take out the trash. Like, there was no man to do those things. So I
you a
don't believe I was
a
being
nigga on your
masculine
back and
doing it.
walking out the woods.
So you
Huh?
associate. So you associate those things with masculinity.
Yeah, because I was raised by a grandma that taught me male and female. Like, they told like, I was raised to believe that the men take the trash out. You
Okay.
know, I was taught that the men check the oil of the car. They do,
Okay.
they do the, like, well, the man don't do most everything in the house, though, is the way I was raised.
And see,
Like,
that's about that traditional mind frame.
yes, I mean, I know I'm from the South, and I was very much raised in that traditional manly, womanly role. And early on, I was taught this is what a woman does. This is what a wife does for her husband. This is, if he's going to work and making the money, he shouldn't have to come home and figure the bills out. You should already have that taken care of. If he's going to make the money for the food, why does he have to come home and cook the food? Like, it wasn't a point. But see, those were things that were taught before it was necessary for women to run households by themselves more. So, of course, now it's a little different, you know.
Right. Okay. I'll let somebody else talk.
I disagree. I don't think it's different now. I think it's the same thing. I think the problem is people want to do too much and want that title and want that recognition for the simple shit that they doing. Like example, when it comes to Father's Day, you got women talking about Happy Father's Day to my sister. She got a dick now? Like, come on.
Well,
Like, shit.
in this day and age, she may not was born with it, but she may.
I mean, strap-ons don't count, but you know what I'm saying? It's like they always want shit.
Oh no, they sewing them on now, buddy. They not just strap-ons
Well,
no
I don't
more.
know. Well,
He says sewing them
I
on.
ain't getting that deep into it, but I'm just saying, it's like people want roles and titles. And here's the crazy part. Here's a funny part to me. When it comes to this, people always complain, well, men have gotten soft and women have gotten more masculine. But I don't know how recent it was. You always hear women talking about, I want to take care of man. Let me take care of man. Let me take care of man. Okay, you gonna take care of motherfucker? What you expect him to do? Not do shit in the house. So you can't get mad at that. If you set it up that way, you can't get mad at that. You can't say he's not a man. Yes, the fuck he is. He got 2 balls and a cane. So he's a man. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna let somebody else talk.
But the thing that you're mentioning about the thing that you're mentioning about, like, women looking for recognition on Father's Day when single mothers, okay? Like, why are you looking for that? Okay? because what you're saying is true. Like they're looking for recognition, right? But it's a deeper conversation. That's what we're talking about with gender roles, like the role. Like I had to be the mother and the father to my son. No, you weren't. You were a mother. Okay. You cannot be a father to a son when you are a woman. It is anatomically, biologically, and psychologically impossible. You cannot do that. All right. And I think that this conversation we're talking about with gender roles, excuse me, this conversation we're talking about with gender roles, you know, my brother said, you know, there's a kind of this traditional, this traditional paradigm, call it. Yeah, we can fall back on that, but it's not even traditional. It's like a father is a father, a mother is a mother. You know, I have a daughter. Okay. Thank God that I have my wife here, because when she came on her cycle, could I teach her how to put on a pad? I could have YouTubed it. You know, YouTube could have helped me, and I could have, you know, could I teach her how to put on a tampon? Yeah, I could have YouTubed it, but like, that's not, I can't honestly fulfill that role as a woman to teach my daughter how to be a woman. It's impossible. So it burns me. Like when I see on Facebook, happy Father's Day to me, because my baby daddy is a you know, he's a deadbeat and all that other garbage. Like, man, please go somewhere, choke yourself.
And I'll admit, like, I was one of those back in the day. You know, my girls would send me a happy Father's Day. Girl, you too. But it wasn't so much as me saying, oh, I'm the daddy. It was me acknowledging I'm the one that's here now, holding it down, taking care of this shit by myself. It wasn't me trying to say I'm the man, but it was me being honest. I was shooting slugs. You ain't shit. You ain't been here. It is what it is. Boom, boom. Happy Father's Day to me. That's why I did it. So I'll be honest on my shit when it came to that.
But okay, can I ask a question? I'm sorry, Dero, but can I ask a question to you?
Yeah.
So I don't know when Father's Day was this year. So let's just say Father's Day was on June 13th. Okay.
Okay.
So, and let's say this past year you did that. You were shooting your slugs. You did that. Why do it on June 13th? Why not accept your flowers and accept your stuff June the 12th and June 14th? Why on Father's Day?
Cause I told you I was shooting a slug. Boom, boom.
I hear you. Okay.
That's
I'm just
the
saying,
answer.
like,
I'm not gonna do it before. I'm not gonna do it after. I'm not gonna be belated. I'm finna hit your ass the day of boom, and that's what I did. Like I said, I was being petty. I'm not gonna sit on here in front. That's who I was, and I was petty as hell, and I did it. It had nothing to do with trying to say I was masculine. It was just, like I said, shooting a slug.
Yeah. The slugs hit better on that day versus the other days.
So now we're getting into that petty shit. Now that's a gender role. No. Women are petty. Okay. Now go back to
whatever.
Go back to Simone's comment, please, ma'am.
Is which one? Because she got a couple. There are mothers that make their daughters do all of the household chores, and they allow their sons to be lazy. That's a problem, and I highly agree.
And no, this is the problem. The problem is, she kind of said it. They allow their sons to be lazy. They don't force them to do shit. It's not on that child. It's on that mother. That mother is supposed to, like, what she's doing. She's doing 50% of what she's supposed to do. She's building her daughter up to fit that role of female, take care of the house. Now the other 50% is she's like, okay, if your sister's in there washing dishes and all that other shit, you need to have your monkey ass outside cutting grass, doing something outside, doing something with your hands,
raking leaves, do something.
Yeah, doing something with your hands. Go ahead, you on mute.
Who, me? If there was a man in the house, I guarantee that son wouldn't be being lazy.
Exactly.
You know, so we talk.
I wasn't even gonna hit on that, but I'm just saying.
Now, the reason why I say gender roles are important is because there's a certain that's associated with the task. Like a woman showing her daughter how to put on a tampon. That's an emotional bond. a man showing his son how to shave his beard or whatever. That's an emotional bond. Now, yes, a woman can teach her son and a man can teach his daughter, but it's going to take away from the emotional connection that's associated with that particular task. Like a daughter watching her mother cooking. It's just certain emotions. A son helping his dad fix the car. Those types of things. That's why I believe that gender roles are important, because of just building those bonds and those connections, and also just seeing a healthy family dynamic.
So, somebody else got to
I'm with it. Come on.
But you know what? You about to go in because let me just because when you say healthy family dynamic, first of all I agree, but that leads to a completely different conversation because there's this saying that's out there now. When you look on social media, there's this saying that's out there now. Part of the reason why gender roles are kind of convoluted is because, and they put all of the onus on women. They say women decided to carry before they marry. I don't know if you guys have heard that before. And they're talking about they're carrying a child to term before they marry somebody. And, and I, for one, disagree with that statement that like, it's not all on the women, because if I lay with a woman without a Jimmy on, I know it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like where you plant a seed, you need to expect a tree. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't understand. But so I don't put all of the onus on women, but it does lend some credence to the fact that like when there's not a 2-parent home, no judgment to the ladies out there. Shout out to single mamas. My mama was a single mama for a minute because my father died when I was very young. But when there's not a 2-parent household out there and there's not that man to show kind of those things, to some of those things that men need, you call it emotional bond, it can be crippling. I mean, let's just be honest. It can be. I'll admit to you right now, my father died when I was 17 years old, and there were some things that I did not know. You know what I'm saying? There's things that I just like, as a man, just did not know. And I came into a marriage. Tiffany was like, Neil, like, why don't you do this? My father did this. Like, hold on. Like, why are you putting this stuff on me because your father did it? Well, the reality is that I probably should have did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was that thing that my father never taught me because my father died when I was young. So it's a delicate subject, but it's real. It's very real.
I agree.
And I was about to say exactly what Francine just said. Household skills.
I was just going to go there.
It should not be. And I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Because my thing was, go ahead.
Now, I agree that everyone should know those skills. Yes, just in case something happens. But at the same time, I still believe that there's certain things that a man should do, and certain things that a woman should do. Now, you should know how to do those things, but that doesn't mean that you have to implement those things. It's outside chores. There's no way in the world that I'm going to let my lady pump gas and I'm able. Now, should she know how to? Yes, she should know how to, but that doesn't mean she has to. She should know how to mow the lawn, but she's not going to have to.
I'm gonna let her pump gas. She's gonna piss me off. Get your ass out there and pump the gas.
And what was that comment you called us women petty? That's
and
petty.
I pull that old lady.
So that brings me to the point that I wanted to make about gender roles, because these days, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of men saying, but I'm equal. My feelings are equal. I'm this, I'm that, which I'm not saying their feelings aren't equal.
Yes,
It's it's not that their feelings aren't equal. It's that how do you expect me to respect you as a man if you're throwing the same hissy fit that I'm throwing? If we're doing temper tantrums alike, if we're doing petty alike, if we're doing tit for tat alike, these are traits that a lot of women are known for being. And so when men do it, I just can't respect them as a man, because now I've got to talk to you like you're a woman, because you're acting like a woman.
Okay, who's gonna get that? Who's gonna get that? Rock, paper, scissors.
Look, let's go. Let's go. 1, 2. I got scissors. What you got?
I got rock.
Right?
Hit her. Hit her.
I understand. So now you're associating with expressing emotions with gender roles, correct?
Yeah, there you go.
The way you express emotions, not the fact that you have emotions to express, but the way that you express them matters in a gender role when you with me. But of course, this is just me. So, you
But you ain't
know,
alone.
if you come
You
at
ain't alone
me
in
and
what you're saying.
if you come at me and you're talking to me equal, as if you're like me, as if you have a period, as if you give birth, as if you wear the panties, then guess what? You cannot place a king crown on your head and expect me to straighten it for you, because I'm not.
Okay.
Please, I'm raising my hand.
Yeah, go ahead, Neil. Go ahead, because I'm trying to decide which way I want to go.
So, so this is what I would say to that. Okay. I don't think it is safe. Put that word safe. I don't think it's safe for us to judge misbehavior under a certain gender. Emotional instability and a lack of emotional intelligence is unhealthy, whether you're a male or female. So to have a hissy fit, if you're with me, if you and I are married and you're having a hissy fit, I don't think that's because you're a woman. I think that's because you're not emotionally healthy. Okay. There's a way to express your anger and emotion, male or female. So now, for you to associate having a hissy fit or, whatever, as a female trait, I personally disagree. I think that is an unhealthy trait, male or female, doesn't matter. And that person, male or female, needs to go sit in front of a therapist to learn how to navigate their emotions. Anger management is so getting angry and being violent and breaking stuff up. My man does that. No, it's not a male thing. That's an unhealthy thing. It's not about male or female. So now you mentioned about how he expressed his emotion, and if it was like how you are as a woman, then you can't respect him. Here's my argument to that. My argument to that is, whoever he is, if you're with him or not, he needs to be go in front of a therapist. But also, your respect for him cannot be contingent on the way he expresses his emotion. So this is my personal opinion. Your respect for him needs to be contingent on nothing. You want to be loved unconditionally, no matter how you respond. I want to be respected unconditionally, no matter how I respond. Now, you can confront me. Hey, Neil, you know what? The way you express yourself was immature. It lacked kindness, and it hurt my feelings. But that doesn't mean your respect for me goes out the window, because if that happens, then my question is, did you respect me at all in the first place?
Of course, you can lose respect for somebody just because if they're acting like a little, then they're gonna get treated like a little male or female. So me and women don't act like that together. So why would I let a man act like that with me? It's not just necessarily a relationship thing. That's if my son starts throwing a fit, well, I'm gonna step over him like he ain't doing that. Because why? What is but maybe it is my lack of emotional. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just giving you my opinion because that's what the show's about, the perspective of people. So my perspective is that a man needs to be a man. If I'm having an anxiety attack, a man cannot have one with me and help me. That's not my man. If he has an anxiety attack while I'm having an anxiety attack, well, we're gonna kill each other. Because now you can't be strong enough for me at this point. I'm a woman. Just because I'm a big woman don't mean you can just toss me off to the side. Like I ain't like my feelings don't matter. Like I'm not some prissy little bitty girl. You know what I'm saying? So now you get to. I'm not saying I'm with him now. I'm not saying it's. I have a wonderful husband. My husband's at work making money for our family. But what I'm saying is I'm not. I wasn't a virgin when I married my husband.
Back. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm talking shit about the exes before him.
You know, I'm starting trouble. But you said something though. You said something, and you. So okay, which way you want me to take it? Which way you want me to take it?
Take it all the way there, D. Take it all the way there.
So check it out. And it ties into gender roles because something we keep talking about is the old traditional way where a woman has to do this and a man has to do that. And you took it down the emotional road where a man isn't supposed to show his feelings, which is funny to me. Hold on, wait, hold on. It's funny to me because in the 80s and 90s, y'all was, I need a man who's sensitive and da-da-da-da-da. Now you got the motherfucker. Now you like, I need somebody who gonna blow my back out.
There's a difference in sensitive and little bitty bitch.
Let me finish. You said, and I'm glad you said what you just said because you said there's a difference between sensitive and a bitch. Actually, it's not. Emotions are emotions. So emotions are emotions. A man should be able, and that's what's creating these what's the word I'm looking for?
Toxic.
Okay.
Abusive, toxic relationships. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Because you're not allowing somebody to be in their own space. You're not allowing a man to show his emotions. Okay, if you have an anxiety attack and he has one because you having one, that means he care about you because he's stressing out because something wrong with you. Now if the motherfucker looked at you and walked off, you'll be mad.
So while he's caring about me about to pass out and I pass out and he pass out, who gonna save us?
That's why you got 911.
We can't dial 911 if we both passed out. Right. Come on now. It's called self-control. Men, in my opinion, this generation of men don't have the same level of self-control that those traditional men roles had. This is where I have a problem with this generation because I may be stuck in the 80s and the 70s. I don't mind. You can call me old. You can call me traditional. You can call me old. You can call me whatever you want to call me. But what you can't call me is no man. I'm a woman.
So explain self-control when you say self-control.
Self-control, I mean, okay, so say we just something simple like a movie. We're picking a movie, right? Okay. And every time, because you're the man, that you're gonna end up playing your movie every time, right? So I'm like, okay, can I play my movie today? Why you gotta play a movie? You always want it your way. Da 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 da. Like, damn, that's what I was saying to you. How you gonna turn around to me and say it to me? Something that simple, but then imagine it to the hundreds to something major like investments and property. And so you're not gonna make the decision. We're gonna do what? I mean, you're not gonna be the man in the situation. I mean, so at what level of respect? So we just supposed to be non-gender? Like nobody's supposed to have a role, right? That's what y'all saying. We all just everybody aliens. We ain't got no genders.
So let me ask you this then. So if he makes a decision that you don't like, how are you gonna respond to that?
We're gonna have to. I mean, we have to figure out why he made the decision without me. You know,
are you gonna shut up and do it though? That's the question.
Am I gonna help him make the decision? Of course, I'm a boss by nature, so I'm good. I get my gender roles confused sometimes, so that's a whole nother level of the show too.
So that's
because sometimes I do get my gender roles because I'll be like, okay, well, if you don't know what to do, and then I know what to do.
Ooh. Oh boy.
So it sounds like to me that you have masculine energy.
I just said that. I just said that. I have masculine. I have a lot of masculine energy.
She did say that though. She did say that.
Wait. I know. So
Contradiction though.
Thank you.
I mean,
Why?
because
I can't help that. I can't help that I was born a contradiction.
But
I cannot help that.
We're not just talking about you because a lot of people say that. A lot of women say that. That's what we're talking about. Where a lot of women are saying and doing the exact same thing that you're doing, and it's a contradiction, a true contradiction. Y'all, I'm just keeping 100. Y'all confused as fuck.
So is the men wanting to be as equally emotionally as me. I mean, that's how I see it.
But wait,
if they're wearing skinny jeans and I'm wearing skinny jeans, then
that ain't emotion.
Who had the wiggle to get into them?
Hold
that
on.
Ain't emotion. That's a fat motherfucker trying to get in some small ass pants.
Yeah, that too. But why are you equating expressing emotions with a feminine personality type? Why can't I just express my emotion and it just be I'm expressing it? I can get angry, I can be sad, I can cry, I can be happy. Why is that?
Not one time have I said y'all cannot express your emotions. I said this the way that men express their emotions that makes the difference in a man and how you treat them.
So can you explain? Just give me.
Basically, but listen, from what I'm hearing though, is that it don't matter what a man say or do. I have to respect him as a man. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. But if you could explain, because I think we have an opportunity here. Hey men, we have an opportunity here to learn a masculine way to express sadness, and she's going to tell us. So please give us the goods, because I'm sorry, I didn't know there was a masculine way to express emotion.
But just because it's not about being sad, it's not about.
You just said there's a masculine.
No, I'm saying the way.
A masculine way.
If we're having a discussion about the movie, right? Yeah, I'm not talking about if your mother dies. Of course, you're going to weep. Yes. Okay. But
so tell me my lines.
If you stomp your toe on the edge of the bed, right?
Yeah.
And it take you longer than 5 minutes to get over it, and you a man, something is wrong with that picture to me. Because
my goddamn foot hurt. What you mean?
You know what?
I was just using that's a stupid example, I know, but I'm just saying.
Like, damn.
I know that's a stupid example, but I'm saying if you're drawing out the argument longer than your woman's drawing the argument out, if you're being more petty in a discussion than your woman's being more petty, I'm supposed to respect this? No, I don't care how you feel. You can call me whatever you want to call me. But at the end of the day, you're not just going to convince me that you're a man when you're not acting like it. You're acting just like me. So
for what it's worth, though, I can say I kind of get what you're saying. Only if we're looking at, because you said this was the past. So of course we were younger. We weren't in control of our emotions. We just did what we did. And if a guy did what we did, it was like, you being a bitch. So I kind of get you're saying, like, back then when you looked at
I've never called a man a bitch, though. I don't believe in calling men bitches.
Well,
but they have bitch ways at times. Yes.
All right.
What?
So it was the past while we were emotional and weren't where we are mentally now to understand that it's okay for men to express themselves. So I get it. We see it with the younger women calling guys bees, and you saw, we see it now. So I kind of get what you're saying if you're looking at the past, because I could say when I was 25, I had an ex that did some stuff, and I was like,
yeah,
emotion, and I
couldn't exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I guess they can understand it from you better, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like your ways are matching mine. We're not equal. You're not equal as a woman. I'm not equal as a man. A man's supposed to always be stronger than me, and that's just my way of seeing my man. I don't want a weak ass man that's gonna be weak like a woman. Like,
all right.
but that's my opinion. That's my perspective.
Because you
And again,
speak for a lot of women. You speak for a lot of women.
There's some lady in the comments that's agreeing with you. I think her name is Hope. I'm looking at them too. I'm like, because I'm curious.
So my question is, when you said strong, when you said you want a man to be strong, what is your definition of strong?
Yeah, let's go there.
To be able to be my strength. My strength. Every man, what's strong for every man is different. Like each man is going to be able to fulfill something in a woman that the other man couldn't, and that's not a gender thing. That's what people find attractive in a person or not.
All right,
but it is a gender thing, though. Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sit down.
I feel like the strongest men are the ones that are able to express those emotions. The strongest men are the ones that is emotionally available, because it takes a lot of work, a lot of strength for us to express those particular aspects of our life with the woman that we're into. So I see what you're saying, but I think the association may be a little misdirected. I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's the association based on your experiences.
But we still ain't learned. Because and I'm being so sincere when I ask this question. We still have yet to learn what type of way as a man that I express my emotion, how that's supposed to be. Because you just said if you're going to express emotion like I am expressing it, then blah 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 blah.
I'm not a man. So, I wouldn't know how men do it, but I've seen men control themselves. So therefore, I know it's possible. So that's why I can say that what I like or don't like about it.
So that is him being insecure, expressing himself to you. So he's not letting you in certain aspects.
But see, it's not about y'all being able to express your feelings. I am always open to, my husband he's not an emotional person. So he only has about 3 emotions. So, there is no like in betweens with him. Like, so, okay. But other men in my life, that do have a bigger span of emotional outlets that they use or whatever. I can respect certain parts of it, yes, but I can't respect someone who wants me. So basically, I mean, you want us to not have no genders. Why would what is the purpose in a heterosexual relationship if there's no gender roles?
But I don't feel like emotions should be attached to that particular gender.
It's not, but the show's not necessarily just about the emotions. That was just one part that I was talking about because I literally can't stand little whiny ass men. So it is what it is. I mean, I can't stand them. Why are you whining? You're 45 years old. You're 25 years old. Like, you're whining like you're 8. Like, grow up.
Expressing masculinity.
Yeah, they're lacking masculinity. I have too much and they don't have enough. And there it is. We've come to this. I'm not disagreeing. You can say what you want. Everything you've said, I've already came to grips with this about this.
His emotions, well, judge yourself based off of your masculinity.
Yeah, but this is the whole thing. With me having that masculine energy, I can't be with a man that has feminine energy.
And I can't be with a woman that has masculine energy.
But
Well, that's
that's
why y'all ain't
why
together. So
you
y'all
have the more
That's why y'all
feminine
ain't-
wife.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why there's preferences. That's why there's because that's absolutely true. I need a man that's stronger than me to make me feel a little more feminine when I have all that masculine energy. If he's feminine and I'm masculine, then we've got the wrong roles.
Y'all got the right roles. I mean, shit, one woman, one man.
No,
Right.
because
There's a
every
balance.
woman wants to feel
Yin and
because
yang.
every woman wants to feel like a woman in her relationship.
She can.
So
You can go and you can push him on the bed and do your thing and say, "Baby, I love you," and give him kisses on
that's
the
not the
forehead.
kind of aggression that I hold though. That's not. See, it's not that kind of aggression. I'm a woman.
But
I'm a whole woman. I'm
No,
not trying to peg nobody. I'm not trying to.
I ain't about to
That's
say
a
that.
whole
You
nother
look,
level.
hold on, pause.
you said pause.
You say
Time out.
about pegging. You say taking somebody's penny. We ain't say nothing like that. But
I'm just saying, I'm being represented as if I'm a stud out here just messing with little feminine dudes, and that's
well, that's what
not
it seems like. You
what it
saying
is.
your ex.
No, that's how y'all taking it because you're not hearing what I'm really saying. You're
We
just
know.
hearing the
I'm
little
not.
part of what I'm saying.
We
The
hear
big
you.
I'm not.
part of
I'm not.
what I'm saying is act like a man, you get treated like a man. You act like a woman, you get treated like a woman.
Do
Wait,
you get
but
I like that
I'm not
statement.
saying that. I'm not. Let me. I
I
just
like
put it
that
out there.
statement.
I am not saying that. I'm not, and I'm not trying to portray. I'm not trying to portray a judgment on the way you are. You have given self disclosure that you have a masculine energy, as you call it.
I
I'm not
definitely
judging.
do.
Yeah, I'm not judging that in the slightest. What
I'm
I
just
am
talking
saying
shit.
though,
That's all I'm doing.
you funny, Dario. But what I'm saying is, that in this conversation, as we've been talking about gender roles, I vehemently disagree with the way you are saying that there's a you have essentially said there's a masculine way and a feminine way to express emotions. I disagree with that. But then I also have I have a lot of angst towards the statement, if you act like a man, you'll get treated like a man. Because here's my thing. As a woman, let's just keep it a buck. As a woman, you're not really saying act like a man because you don't know how men are supposed to act. You're a woman. What you're really saying is you're perpetuating whatever preference you have or for what a man should be. Okay, because to make that statement, act like a man, you get treated like a man. I hear that so doggone much, and it burns me, especially when a woman says to man up. Like, I have really strong opinions about calling women bitches, but if you want to hear me call a woman a bitch, is when she tells me to man up. It's like right there on the tip of my tongue, because you cannot tell me to man up when you are not a man. You cannot tell me to rise to a level of something that you have no idea what it is. You want to talk about roles. Now, that's a role conversation, because for a woman to tell me how to behave in my role, please, that's the wrong answer. Subsequently, I'm not going to tell you to woman up, or I'm not going to tell you to mother up,
I mean,
or
would the
whatever.
alternative be for the woman to say, well, woman up then? Because there's no other way to tell a man to man up but to say man up.
How are you telling me to man up when what standard of a man are you telling me to go up to? Please tell me that.
Did what?
What standard of a man are you telling me to rise up to tell me to man up, or to tell any man to man up?
Your top level of manhood. Only you know what your top level of manhood is. I can't speak for every man. I'm not talking about every man. I'm talking about the men in my life. I made that clear. Like, I'm not talking about you. I don't even know you. So I'm not coming
So let's
in
talk
on
about your
you. I
sons.
don't know how
Let's talk
you.
about
I'm talking about my experience. I thought that's what I was asked to
yes.
come on here for, not to represent all of y'all because
So would you tell your
I
husband
don't
to
know
man up?
all of y'all.
Would you tell your husband to man up? Would you tell him that?
I've never had to because he knows what to do as a man. That's why he's my husband.
But if he were to come down to some level where you felt
Of
like you
course I
needed to
would.
respond, and that's my problem. To what level are you telling him to rise to? I
To
don't
the level he's
understand that.
always been as a man. Because when
So
he's acting like a girl, he's not acting like a man. So
So
if I
what does that
wanted a
look like?
girl, I would go be with a girl.
So what? My question is, what does that look like? I mean,
Yes,
because
please tell me.
not just from your point of view. I'm just saying in general because a
Well,
lot of
then, okay, because the other ladies probably should step in because the whole show's been about my perspective. And I literally just wanted to make a point about men acting like men and getting treated like men. But
But
somehow
your
it became
perspective,
about me.
is very popular amongst a lot of women. So I appreciate your
That's exactly
transparency.
what I've been trying to say.
Your transparency is amazing, and there's a lot of women out there who
That
think
feel just like
exactly
that.
like you.
And that's why we're asking you questions to understand one, why, two, where did it come from? Because it's recently it has become rampant where it's like women have been saying, "Oh, I'm rocking this masculine energy," and I'm just like, how? Because this is my thoughts when it comes to when I hear stuff like that. You're not rocking masculine energy because if somebody kicked in the door and it's you and your dude there, the first thing you're gonna do is push him in front. That's the first thing you're gonna do. Why? Both of y'all built the same. You bleed, he bleed. Why does he have to go first? If you hear something outside, you don't get up and say, "Well, let me go check." Hold on, let me go check, see what's going on. What you do? You tap him. So it
But why
goes
would
back.
she have to tap him when that shouldn't that be an automatic response though?
Here we go.
Automatic response for what? Why is it?
No, according to them, we should go be the
Why
man
is
and
it? But
see
no,
who's outside and what's going
No,
on.
No, that's not
Okay,
what
so
we're saying.
I just want to back up real quick to the part about about her saying like with the man up. So my confusion sets in here because I get y'all kind of getting on her about that. But if she's saying man up and y'all are saying there's gender roles, if she's saying man up, then that means you're not doing something that fits that male gender role.
According to whose standards?
No, because men want to be equal to women, which is what I said in the
That's a
beginning. They
motherfucking lie.
want to equally be treated the same. So
That's a
now we can
motherfucking
no
lie.
longer tell a man to man up because we're being disrespectful by saying man up.
If
That's
I
a lie.
tell him to man up, I'm telling him to man up because there's something in that role of him being king of the house, king of the castle. I'm the man. There's something you're not doing that you put in your job description that
According
you're
to
not
who?
doing. So I'm saying you need to man
According
up.
to who?
So I understand what you're saying, Nika, and Kim, and I get that. That aspect I totally agree with. If something is missing, then yeah. So as far as saying man up, according to what you need or according to how you will feel secure, okay, so now I understand. But that's totally different than the broader picture of just man up. So now if it's personal and if you don't feel secure in the relationship, then yeah, speak on it. Like men, if we don't feel respected, if something about your masculinity makes a man feel less than, then speak on it. Our thing is we respect, and a woman's thing is love or security. So yeah, I understand that, and I agree with
Well,
that aspect.
wait. Hold on, but don't. I'm not going to give you an out like that. If you tell, I'm gonna speak in a general terms. Generally speaking, most men will feel utterly disrespected when their woman tells them to man up. Now, Here's what you really want to say. Hey, boyfriend, Chuck, Chauncey, Peanut, whatever the hell your boyfriend's name is or husband's name is. When you did this, it made me feel insecure. It made me feel this. That's the statement.
And it may not even be making me feel insecure. It's something that needed to be done. That's part of your job description that hasn't been done. And I'm saying you're not doing the job description.
That's fine. But say that. You just don't like saying you need to man up. So I need to put it in the box, make it beautiful, and then present it in a different way.
No, so if that's what you're saying, communication, then I'll let you have communication. But I get what she's saying about the man up. When, like I said, it's a description I need you to meet because you said you was the man and these are the things that you as a man do. So
and going into the relationship, you're going to already have had that conversation of what the expectations of a man and a woman in the relationship are for each individual. Because what you want from your woman is not necessarily what the next man wants from his woman. And what every woman wants from a man is not necessarily, because some women value stability more than love. Some women value money more than love. There's different priorities in relationships. So therefore, who you're dealing with, you're gonna automatically, like I said, if my man is this level up here, the whole relationship, and then he somehow mysteriously decides he don't want to do his manly duties that he has agreed to beforehand, then yes, I'm gonna tell him to man up because. What would I tell him to go? Well, get your panties out of a bunch, then. Get your panties out of a bunch. Woman up, dude. Like, come on now. That don't even sound fucking right. Like, that's not.
All I'm trying to tell you is that, I mean, there's an old adage. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And
okay, then we should have just said that instead of going down.
Instead of going in on me the whole time about how I said it. How I said it. You know what I'm saying?
I get what she was saying. Like, okay, so it needs to be presented differently because as a man, this makes me feel like you're attacking my manhood because you said for me to man up. That's the conversation. Now we know. Don't say it if we don't mean it that way.
Yes,
so I'm
ma'am.
gonna say, baby, as your girl, I feel like is that how I'm supposed to present it? I'm being for real. Is that how I'm supposed to say, baby, as your wife or as your girl, I feel like you're not doing, or I feel, so it won't be a personal attack. I feel as if you're not performing the expectations aligned in our gender role. Like, how am I supposed to say that shit? So
exactly.
As a man, sometimes we need partiality. You know what I'm saying?
So
I'll be the first to say,
yes, but I'm gonna say it like, I'm gonna say it like this. You all say it the way you feel, and then invite me back, and I'd love to hear how your man responds. Because I'm just being honest. It's first of all, man, we're not trying to jump down your throat. I apologize if I gave that impression. I absolutely am not doing that. I am, however,
one after the other did 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 man, 2 man, 3 man. All three of y'all back to back got on me about how I expressed it towards a man, which I don't even talk to men like that. And TK she's seen me with my husband. She knows how we are, you know.
But I apologize. I'm not trying to give off that impression. Please forgive me because I'm not trying to attack you in the slightest.
Hello, nor I.
Yeah, right. But I will tell you that there are a lot of women out there who feel the exact same way that you feel. And what we're saying, and Duriel and my brother D, please correct me if I'm wrong. What we're saying is that when you say things like man up, the question is, to whose standard are we manning up to? Now, if there's an agreed upon conversation, like you said, like in the very beginning of the relationship, you're like, hey, I'm going to take out the trash. I'm going to get the oil change. I'm going to do this. Don't touch no doors. I'm going to open your door. You know, if there's an agreed upon conversation and then he is not meeting those things after 2, 3, 5, 10 years of your relationship, yes, have the conversation. I'm just giving you the inside scoop on the male brain. If you just say the words, you need to man up, that conversation is not going to go very well.
Mm-hmm.
Generally speaking,
We
he's either,
we saw how
yeah,
that went.
yeah,
We
yeah,
saw,
yeah.
we saw.
And so the
Yeah,
response, yeah,
That part.
right.
It
and the
went
response
real
would
We
be,
Hold
see, and
on.
My
that's how it goes in
question,
real life too. So, but listen, this is where,
what?
as a woman, I'll have a question because why does it go that way? Does it really attack your manhood that much for a woman to tell you to man up? Like,
so can
if
I answer
it
this?
does, then why doesn't the actions that caused us to say man up cause you to feel anger towards yourself? Because
Can, can I answer? Can I answer? I would love to
yeah,
answer
of
this
course.
question. If I could take the first stab at this, I so appreciate that question. Okay, so your question was, say man up mess you up so what? Can I just say, and we keeping it a buck. We've been very honest with each other. I will tell you right now, to ask that question is very invalidating to the way a man feels. Here's
Okay.
why I'm saying that. You're saying,
I just
why does it hurt you so much? What because
it's
that question in and of itself lends to the statement that I shouldn't or a man shouldn't feel a certain way because of a certain thing. And we can never say that. I, for one, have very strong opinions about dudes who talk to their women and say, why are you hurt by this? This shouldn't hurt you. No, if it hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings, point blank, and be accepting of that. Okay. So now you say, well, why doesn't it anger myself that I'm lowering that I haven't done what I've agreed upon? First of all, it's not going to anger me because I may not even know that I'm missing the mark. That is why I have a wife to tell me, hey Neil, when you did this, it made me feel this way. I could be blinded to what I'm doing or not doing, which is why I need you to tell me that. But to ask me, why does it hurt you so much for me to say man up? Because it does. And why and it needs and that needs to be okay with y'all. It needs to be okay with y'all that our feelings get hurt from a certain statement. It is not, I'm no less of a dude. I'm no less of this, but it hurts. And most dudes are not willing to tell you that their feelings get hurt. You know, you talk about gender roles, right? One of the roles that a lot of people say is men shouldn't be emotional. BS. We're very emotional. Our emotions are visceral. Our emotions are cataclysmic at times. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents on that. I pass the mic over to Duriel and Mr. D.
Hold up. Pause. Hold on. Hold on. Let Pinks talk because y'all dudes have
I
been
just
on
have a
it the
question.
whole.
One question. Who sets the expectation then? Since there are gender roles of a man, who sets those expectations and where can I find the book saying, as a man, this is what I do? Because if it's not supposed to come from us, because we don't raise men, we don't know how to raise a man, so we can't give our boys that. So the men that are raising their boys, okay, where does that list come in at? Well, we know as a man, so we don't say y'all need to man up and our expectations aren't up here, and y'all are like, no, as a man, I'm only supposed to do these 3 right here. Because some guys feel like they ain't got to do nothing but make the money, lay the pipe, protect the home, and do nothing else. So how am I supposed to know what the expectations are without asking him? Or is that what I'm supposed to do?
so I disagree with what Neil said. Now the reason why, so first of all, as a woman, there's certain liberties that y'all have with expressing how y'all feel to men than those same things as a man expressing himself to a woman. So there's certain things that if we say to y'all, then we kind of get looked at upside our head, you know. Now, on top of that, I don't have an issue with a woman telling me to man up. Now, the reason why I feel most men would have an issue with that, because then it means that we have to go back and reflect on ourselves and be honest with ourselves, which is not easy to do. That's why I feel like a lot of men may have an issue with a woman saying man up. However she say it, there's going to be some rift, because now we have to go look in the mirror and face ourselves and figure out where we're dropping the ball at. That's not an easy thing to do, however necessary it is. And I'm just speaking from my perspectives. So now, on top
So
of that,
what do you disagree with what I said, bro?
having an issue with being told to man up.
So you telling me that you're okay with your woman telling you to man up?
I'm at a point now to where I can literally go back and look at myself and check myself and see where I dropped the ball at to man up. I'd rather you give it to me.
Wait a minute.
Directly.
So okay, hold on. So your wife walks up to you, your woman walks up to you and says, "Hey, bro, you need to man up."
Let me finish my statement. I'd rather her give it to me honest and directly than trying to sprinkle sugar on it. Tell me where I'm dropping the ball so I can fix it. So we can continue on having a healthy, emotional, available relationship.
Okay, so you're able to decipher that you have your woman is saying all this stuff to you by saying 2 words, man up.
Shit, I know where I dropped the ball at. If I check myself, then I know where I've slacked off at. If I'm being honest with myself, and if she tells me to man up, and if we've been together and we've had these conversations, if she can see it, surely I can look at myself and see it as well.
Okay.
And for what it's worth, it may have came around the time of a conversation where there was something asked that y'all men, I won't say y'all, men call nagging. So we've asked these things before. And if that man up conversation comes up shortly after, it could be the thing she was nagging about. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Pause. DA, since you got your hand raised.
I just got a question. So can that work both ways?
Can what work both ways?
Can we tell y'all to woman up?
Oh no!
We get told that we need to be feminine.
I'm asking. I'm listening. Wait.
Hello.
Wait,
put your big girl drawers on. So hold on. Let it be answered. Hold on. Calm down, killer. For me, I will say yes. I don't have a problem with that. If I'm in a relationship with somebody and we're growing and building, if I drop the ball, I fumble, push the ball out of bounds, I'm gonna need him to say, T, blah, 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 blah. This is this. I need you, this. I need to know you got it and can handle it. Yes.
But why are y'all putting that? But you're putting all this context to it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you come at me and you just say, "Neil, you need to man up,"
hold on, killer, because you keep coming across the lines. He asked the question. Give us a chance to answer. The fellas have had the whole scene, pretty much the whole show. So hold on, Neil. Calm down, killer, because you got your boxing gloves on, ready to fight. Hold on.
I told you I was gonna be the most controversial dude in the internet.
We're trying to answer it. Hold on. That's all I'm saying. Hold on. Because like Hope said, communication is the key. It's about who you're in a relationship with. If y'all ain't communicating, everybody just fumbling around in the dark trying to figure it out, because these serious conversations are not being had. Real talk. So like I said, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I drop the ball somewhere, yes, tell me I'm dropping the ball. Like, say, you didn't do this. I may be going through something and it ain't just out of sight, out of mind. But talk to me just like the same way with him. I'm going to talk to him. If it's like say, you don't open doors no more, we're going to have these conversations. Sometimes you got to have these deep conversations that people don't like having. That's why there's always an issue, such as you being told, hey, man up. Granted, I believe that you got to know your audience, know who you're in a relationship with, because obviously that's a trigger for you. So for the person that you're with, yeah, maybe she need not say it to you that way, that you're dropping the ball, and come at you with kid gloves in a different way. Know who you're in a relationship with. Know how you can be handled. Because I can even tell you something simple. If I get a phone call and I answer and I say hello, and the person on the line come at me and be like, "Oh, so yeah," I'm like, hold on, killer, because this ain't the way you normally call me. This ain't what you normally say. So you done took me out my routine because of what I'm used to. So I'm gonna come off a little aggressive. Sometimes you got to know who you talking to. You got to know your audience. You got to know the person you're in a relationship with, because that response, yeah, that may be a trigger. And that is obviously a trigger for you, for somebody to tell you to man up. Pink?
I was just gonna say, I think the equivalent to the man up may be how men will say their wives weren't taking care of her wifely duties, or she wasn't being a wife. We hear it in that. Well, I won't say we, because I ain't been nobody wife, but women hear it in that aspect. And then I've seen, reading the blogs and all that stuff, what she's not doing as a wife. But they say the same type of stuff. She wasn't handling her wifely duties. Well, what wasn't she doing? Oh, she wasn't cooking, cleaning, just the list of whatever it may be. So I guess it's the same. But yes, it gets said as well.
Okay.
You're not being a mother.
Yeah, and not only do I not care if they tell me to woman up, I encourage my man to tell me to woman up. If I'm being, like I said, I have masculine energy, so sometimes I try to take over and run everything. And so I encourage him. I have talks with him about it all the time. Like, if I ever step out of my role and I just be too manly with you, like, let me know that I need to woman up and be a woman about the situation and not the man of the situation. I feel like women are open to the men telling them when they need to woman up. I feel like a lot of men don't know how sometimes to tell us what if we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, you know. But you know, like I said, it's all perspective and opinions. Like, we all live different lives. We all have different partners. We all expect different things from our partners. So I believe a man should be a man and a woman should be a woman. And we do our marriage, my current marriage has gender roles. My husband is the man. I let him make and lead. I let him lead our marriage to where it's going to be. And I don't submit very easily, considering all of my masculine energy. So there's a lot of debates. But, you know, I'm not going to ever put myself in the position of a man and walk up to you and talk to you as if I'm a man. I know better. I mean, for all those men that ain't emotionally up there and can't express themselves so eloquently and so peacefully, and those ones that don't know how to keep the strong male image that I hold to the highest standards, those are the ones that I'm talking to. When I tell them to man up, that's because they're not the image of the male that I see for myself at that moment, you know.
Me and DA. We need a little oxygen pad.
Like, for real. I'm gonna do ladies first. Go ahead, Pinks.
I just want my question wasn't answered. I mean, I see somebody had said in the comments about it's culture based or something like that. So my question is to the fellas: what is a man? No, I won't. I'll take those off.
Oh, that was from Sharetta.
What are the roles of a man in a household? What are his roles?
That's not good.
If we can start Neil and then DA and then
no, because I was about to take another route. Because listening to the conversation, listening to everybody going back and forth about the conversation, to me, if I'm on the outside looking in, gender roles is fluid. You can have a masculine woman with dealing with a woman with masculine energy dealing with a man with feminine energy, and it works, and vice versa. So this shit is fluid. You can have the man who's a chef or cooks and take care of the house, and a woman bring the money home, and vice versa. So to me, listening, and you know, I started all, I did all that shit.
I don't want that. I want.
No, hold on. No, because I'm technically I was first. You wouldn't have got your question out. But anyway,
They're gonna avoid my question. Pin my question to make sure it don't get lost.
well,
Because
go
this
ahead
is my
then. Go ahead
second
then.
time asking.
Go ahead then. But that's just my thoughts.
You didn't answer my question. Can I
What
get
was
my
your
question?
goddamn question?
For the third time now.
I heard you. Your question
Okay,
was
go ahead, Neil.
your question was like where's it written down what the man's
Okay.
roles are in the household, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
That was
The
the first
Bible.
question. That was when I asked. I had to rephrase it because it got ignored. So the second time I said, "What now?"
We'll just okay. I'm sorry. I'll let you repeat it. I'm sorry.
Oh shit. Okay. So my question was, I'm asking the three of y'all, what are the roles of a man in the household? Speak as individuals. What are the roles of the man in a household?
You want to take this, Duriel?
No, I'm asking all of y'all. Ain't no
I heard
cop-out.
crickets.
Oh,
because
I thought we were going down the field. So it's for me, and this is just for me. This for me. I can only speak for myself.
Exactly. Okay.
It's the three P's: profess, protect, and provide. That's me.
Protecting. Okay, go deeper. I'm not taking that.
Go deeper. How deep you want?
That's
Okay.
what she said. But okay.
Got him. No, sir. Come back.
He said the three P's, though. It was three P's: to profess, to protect, and what
The
was
person
the
you
other
have reached is no longer here. He said, "Get his ass and move the fuck on." So, all right. So for me, it's like when I say profess, I want you to feel like a woman. Like when I look at you, that you are the most valuable thing on the earth to me.
Oh
That,
shit!
like that if this gonna sound corny as shit when I say it, but
because I'm a
if I go blind, I can still see you. That if I lose my senses, I can still feel your presence. That's what I mean by profess. And I want you to understand that rolls into me protecting you because you are my gift, my blessing from, I ain't gonna say blessing from God, but you are brought here to be with me. And so I'm gonna protect that with everything. And provide can be in so many ways because it can be that going out working, doing all that stuff, bringing home the bacon, or it could be okay, if you working, I'm gonna take care of the house, I'm gonna make sure you come home to a fresh meal and all that stuff and clean up, which I'm not a good cleaner, but you're gonna get what I can give you. And just make sure that when you're down, that I'm there for you. When you up, I'm your biggest cheerleader. When you have moments, we just enjoy the moment and just stay in that moment. So that's just me.
Okay. So I'm not trying to take over nothing. I'm really trying to get. I think you know where I'm going. I'm trying to find an understanding. Because if we're saying it's a gender role, I got you with the protect. The profess, I guess, is words of affirmation. You are my everything, like Mary J said. Okay, I got that. But as a man, outside of, because all you gave me was protect as a male, and then you said you guess cooking and cleaning. So does that fall in my category, or is that under yours as well?
That's why I said it's fluid. It's fluid because
you always felt it was fluid.
Yeah, I always felt it was fluid.
Okay, all right, cool, all right. So it's
I
fluidity.
always felt it was fluid because If I'm a better cook than you, why the fuck am I gonna make you cook? That's stupid.
That part. That part.
That's dumb as hell. If I got a woman who
Mhm.
knows her ways around a shop, why the fuck I'm gonna be out there trying to do the shit? That's dumb as hell. You're
Yeah.
not using your ass. Well, I guess this the business mindset for me. You're not using your assets properly.
Okay. All right.
I'm not finna if I don't know how to run wire or be an electrician, I'm not finna be fucking with electricity. That's dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Now if we
You have
both
to
So
at least
before,
make the money to pay for the man who can come fix it.
exactly that's what I was about to say.
so
I said if we both can't,
yeah.
then we gotta come put something together to get somebody in who can.
Scrap the pennies together.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
before y'all go further, and I'm finna back what DA said. Me growing up, my dad was the better cook than my mom and his wife. So his main role was to cook because that's what he did. He cooked better than everybody. He's still bomb at cooking. So that was his thing where they fell back and whatever else that they did on their end, that's what they did. But cooking in his relationships has always been that thing. For me, that's now one of my requirements because in my relationships, I've always been the cook, constantly cook. Guess what? I don't want that now. I want somebody that either can cook as well, and he can take a night, I can take a night, whatever, alternate, and we can do it together as well. I don't want to be the only person that cooks. And that's just my personal requirement now. Me, I could wash clothes, dry them all day. I hate the fuck out of folding clothes. To fuck, them motherfuckers are sitting in that basket. They clean, but they're sitting in that basket. So for me to find somebody that don't mind folding, bam, let's do that teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
That's why you got to iron in the ironing board.
You spray that little wrinkle release and throw them in a dryer, call it a day.
Facts.
Baby. I feel with gender roles that you should grow off of each other's strengths and positives. Like Dee said, if one can cook better, damn, do that. I don't mind taking out the trash. When I was single, guess what I was doing? Taking out the damn trash. I don't have a problem with taking out the trash. Shit, maybe that's his damn off day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take out the trash because I don't want him to get up to go take out the trash. So I don't mind taking out the damn trash.
Would you cut the grass?
I don't. I ain't cutting no grass. I'll pay somebody to cut it, but I ain't cutting no grass. I ain't gonna even lie to you. That grass would be fucked up. And I do need with a straw hat. Man, say, look here. I know my lane, and I know what I can good at and what I ain't good at. That grass will be fucked up. Yeah. Point blank, period. Now, granted, I will also say this. Because I don't cut grass, if he taught me how to cut the grass, I'd take my ass out there and cut the grass. Mm-hmm. That's just like with my dad. My dad he had a mechanic background. He was a mechanic. He taught my mom how to check her fluids in a car, how to change her oil, how to do brakes. Mama can still do that shit now to this day. She'll go those routes before she take the car to the shop or whatever, because those are the things that my dad taught her to do. Even now, she don't have no problem getting up under a hood, getting up under a car, because he already set that foundation and showed her, okay, if I ain't here and this needs to be done, this, there was a checklist. Check this, check this, check this, check this. She can do those things. My mama get up under the hood before any of the husbands that I've seen her have will get up under the hood. Now, if you pass my house on a Saturday morning, my mama's up at dark 30, she cutting the grass. And she cut the grass better than a whole lot of men, because they'll ride by and be like, hey, you want to cut my yard? Like, my mama don't have a problem with those. And she, I said, she's done it. Hope is on here. Hope can tell y'all. She used to live down the street. She can easily tell y'all. She didn't see my mama cut the grass a whole lot of times. Go cut some of the elderly people's grass in the neighborhood. That's just something that she's good at, and she was better than that than what her husband were. She want her yard a certain way. She can edge the fuck up out of the yard and everything else with no problem, with her eyes closed. If my brother came over here and cut the grass, she gonna be mad because he ain't cut the grass right. She got her way. She know it. She like it. That's what she do. D can tell you the same thing too. He grew up with us. She be out there cutting the grass in the neighborhood back then, going down out cutting the grass. That's one of her things that she don't mind doing. That's something that she's good at. Next.
No, come back here. Don't go nowhere. Come on back.
I got a question. Hold on. I got a question that came in.
You're echoing, by the way.
Question is it the same when a man tells another man to man up?
Is it the same?
What do you mean the same?
Like, do you have the same emotional reaction to a man as you did when I made a statement that I know men up?
I think the difference is going to be the delivery. You know, there's a big difference between gender roles and masculine energy, but a lot of times those lines get crossed. You know, it's a so having a conversation with your bruh is not gonna sound like having that same conversation with your woman.
I agree.
I don't. Like,
Hey, there's an echo.
yeah, I was trying to make sure it wasn't. Hold on.
Yeah, if you're not talking, go into have your mic on. That happens just randomly.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Hold on. How's that?
Okay.
Is that echo still?
So it was your play. No, it ain't.
I don't think it was me. It might have been me.
Is there an echo still?
Yeah.
I don't hear it.
D, are you listening to it through a speaker?
Nuh-uh. I don't hear an echo. Pinks?
You're not echoing the Liz, and I am.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest of us are. Microphone check.
Yo.
Still echoing.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, and it just popped up all of a sudden.
I guess StreamYard saying y'all talking too much shit. It's time for y'all to get off.
It might be. Like yeah.
D is the only one that's not echoing.
So you want me to leave and come back? See if it's me?
I don't know, because it's like when you dipped off, that's when it started. Your audio and video was off. That seemed like that's when it started.
Microphone check.
See, now I don't hear it.
Okay.
Now it went away.
So that might have been me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll volunteer answering your question about roles and stuff whenever y'all are ready.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go and kick it off.
Please, yes, thank you.
So Duriel hit every point. The only other P, a fourth P that I would add is priest. So for me, I feel like I'm the priest, the provider, the protector, and the professor of my home. And when I say the priest, I'm talking about I feel like I need to take the helm when it comes to the spiritual growth of my family. Other than that, everything he said, I pretty much fall in line with. And I agree with what you said about the some of the roles being fluid, because there are times that I cook. You know what I'm saying? It isn't very often, but there are times that I cook. And then when it comes to cleaning the house, I ain't gonna lie to you. I hate cleaning the house. I hate doing laundry. Well, cleaning the house, I hate more. Doing the laundry, I don't mind so much. And so when my wife fell ill, and she wasn't, because my wife is a stay-at-home mom. When she fell ill and she couldn't clean because she would do most of the cleaning in the house, me and the kids, we did most of it. But then I was like, you know what? It was getting to be too much. So I just put it out there. I hired a maid because it needed to get done, you know. So it was expensive, and we had to move some money around. But Mary Maids comes to my house twice a month, or 3 times a month, because we can't not have a clean house. You know, we have kids. I got a young kid. I got a 7-year-old, and that dude, he don't care about nothing. But yeah, I've cooked, I've cleaned, I fold clothes. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to being the priest, the provider, and protector of my home, I take those roles very seriously, and I don't put them on her at all. And so if there's a noise downstairs, I'm not saying, hey, go look. I go look. When it comes to the financial stability of my home, I take pride in that. And my wife does too. Like if something were to happen to me and, you know, I lost my job, she and I will both have to work, but I still take very seriously, make sure that I can provide for my house. So that's my take on it. Hopefully that answers your question.
And I'll say this, I think that's very, very honest, that you said that. Like in a relationship, you know, there's areas where the other person is gonna have to pick up because life happens. Illness, you know, different things, so life happens. So sometimes you gotta give 80 where that other person only can give 20. But it's like you didn't still depend on her to do what she couldn't do. And in a lot
Yeah.
of these relationships now, that's what happens. I don't care if during COVID, we seen a lot where women had COVID and the man still expected them to do the house cleaning, to have sex, to this, all these things, even though they had COVID, they hanging on by a breath. And they were still expected to do everything that they were doing before they caught COVID. So I
Yeah.
really commend you for saying that, to where you didn't still have that expectation, and you took, even though you were honest. I don't clean. That ain't my thing. Like that's what my wife normally does. But even with her being down, you still was like, I got it. And I think in relationships, that's what people are looking for. Or that's that expectation. You want you want to know in that relationship that when you are down, that your significant other got it. Whether whatever it is for whatever time frame. You want to, okay, guess what? She can't do fold this week. Okay, I'm gonna take it and fold it. She know that you got it. And I think that's how we should operate. Hey, sometimes cooking just ain't in the cards, depending on whatever is going on during the day. And you can come home and still walk into and a meal is done. That lets you know that that person got you. They got your back. And that's what that partnership with that one relationships is. Know that that person got you. That your person got you.
And I'm gonna take it one step further. I'm gonna take it one step further and say, like, even as we're having this conversation, this just kind of dropped in me that I think one gender role that's for both across the board is exactly what you just said. When one person can't, the other person has it. That's for both. Your role is, if I can't do this, can you step up? if you can't do this, I'm gonna step up. Because that's been our life shoot for the past, what year is this? 2023, 22. That's been our stuff for the past 11 months. Like it was a point where Tiffany, she couldn't do nothing. Like literally, she could barely. She took the kids to like extracurriculars, but that like was all. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a time where I had to leave, especially when I was in the military and I had to travel a lot. Tiffany just did everything. You know what I'm saying? Like she had to. So yeah, that's real.
Yeah, definitely. Most def. I love it, but yeah, definitely most def. Because in anything, that's what I want to know. I want to know that, hey, if I fall, that my significant other got me. Period. Life happens, and a lot of things happen out of our control. But I don't want to be that strong person, and I got everything, and then I'm down, and shit, it's a whole damn world war because he can't do anything. He don't know how to. He can't wash dishes. He can't cook. He can't. Hell, don't know where the kids go to school at, or those kind of things. And I'm
Right,
still having
right.
to try to operate in a place where I shouldn't be operating because I'm down. Like when I'm down, still hold me and know that that you hold me up and that you got me. Not that I'm around here half dead and still trying to do this and do this and do this. And it happens a lot now
Yeah,
that
yeah.
expectation of women, no matter what we got going on, that we still supposed to have this S on our chest and we could be trying to coming out of chemo, or we broke both legs or something. We still supposed to have this S on our chest because we're with somebody that don't got us or don't understand this shit. Yeah, I'm Superwoman 365, but on this one day out of the year, I can't be super, and I actually have to submit to this kryptonite in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's real.
and he has to be able to blow the kryptonite up, right?
Yeah, yeah, because that's
Yeah.
how society had us. That we ain't supposed to have no off days. We not supposed to be weak. We're not supposed to succumb to whatever that got us down. We're supposed to be super
Yep.
365, and that honestly is not fucking reality. That creates a whole lot of problems for a lot of people, men and women, when you feel like you have to be Superman all the time and you can't have an off day and you can't breathe.
Yep.
So,
And that's what breeds
Unfucking
the
realistic.
masculine energy.
so let me ask this
There
then:
you
if
go.
that's the case, then what's the problem with what's the issue with gender roles then? Like, why is it such a big issue?
There
If
shouldn't
one
be
is
any.
up, the other one and the other one is down, the other one that's standing up is holding it down till the other person get back on their feet, and vice versa. Shouldn't it be like that? So what? Why is there an issue with gender roles?
It's an issue, I think, because people feel like, and that's why I was asking for a list to know what, as a man, his role is. Because what happens is it seems like women get this list of all the things she's supposed to do: the cooking, the cleaning, taking care of the kids, bathing the kids, going grocery shopping. This list that we physically have to have, that I was trying to get a list from y'all of all these things that we are supposed to do. And I'm still kind of, I won't even lie, I'm still kind of lost on what it is. I don't even know what my expectation, if I got married, what expectation, since I don't know what a man is, what expectation I should have of him. And right now I only have to provide and protect. And
Your expectations is what your
Right.
expectations
and
is.
Right,
protect.
because that's where I'm confused about. I'm with you because I'm like, okay, so I can't tell you to man up. I can't expect you to be stronger than me. I can't expect you to be any more of a household caretaker than me. I can't expect anything from you except what? Penis and money? Is that what I mean? Is that the role of the man? Like that's what I'm getting from it. Like,
And I was genuinely trying to understand, but I feel like, and I'm not knocking y'all, But as a
Right,
woman, I'm
right.
going to leave this show tonight with only it's based on cultural and to provide and protect. That's all I got. So with
Okay.
that, you're providing, having a job, you protect if a burglar comes in, and the cooking, cleaning, all that other is what I'm supposed to do. But now it's fluid that we're both supposed to do. So therefore, why is there a gender role? Why isn't it just get it freaking done? And I don't want to have to be the one that does it all the time on my own.
Ooh, there it is.
I literally, I don't understand. Seriously. And then we talk about the masculinity of a woman, but it's like, again, okay, if there are roles as a man and there's roles of a woman, hell, if I don't know what the fuck you supposed to do, how the fuck I'm supposed to know I'm not supposed to do it?
Exactly.
I'm not supposed to know that I'm stepping in
I've
y'all's
heard
lane.
a whole lot of
I'm
what I can't do
with it.
to a man and say to a man, but I haven't heard a whole lot of what what I'm supposed to expect
And
from
I'm
a
not even
man.
trying to be funny. I'm genuinely stumped.
Right.
I don't know, because I get that a lot, that I'm a masculine woman. So I was trying to figure out, to remain in my feminine energy when I have a man. But what am I to expect from this man? Besides if somebody beat down my door, go downstairs and have a job.
And real talk, if you even want to talk about the protected aspect, because I think that was what DA say, you got to push him if somebody coming in the door breaking a burglar, you got to push him in front. Now, if I got to push him in front, we got a problem. I'm gonna need him to come out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to separate. If I gotta push you to go check on what's going on,
yeah. And I've been in a relationship like that before, where we heard a noise. And I was like, say, go check that out. He was like, you go do it. Bitch, wait a minute. What?
You said his name. What was his name?
I didn't say his name. See, look at
yes,
you messy as hell. You messy as hell. But
you said his
real
name.
talk. That I did not say his name, and I ain't. But real talk, like that was a situation, and I was looking at him crazy because my daddy told me a man that I'm with supposed to be able to protect me and protect. Protect. I almost said something, would have told who it was, but supposed to be protect. But it's some females. Let's be honest. It's some females that can come out cocked and loaded and shoot better than some men too.
Hey, I'll be waiting on that day. Go, you
got a gun.
Ain't even
now
gonna
you
have
want
to
to talk.
say go see. All she gonna say, good. I'm already downstairs.
So
we know you ready. You ready, Mr. Armed and Dangerous. You got a whole arsenal over there.
See, I be trying to fuck a warning shot. I'm shooting through the floor.
Man, say.
So I'm gonna try to because I'm gonna try to answer your question, but can I just kind of ask a question / make a statement, because in the beginning when we were talking about the roles, like I'll admit I got a little heated because the roles it was like the roles were talking about, how we express emotion and, the things that we say to each other. And for me, that's not roles. I think that's just relationship dynamics that need to be discussed. But if we want to talk about just straight roles, I can tell you what I'm gonna tell you what I'm raising my son to be. Sons, excuse me. I have an older son and have a younger son. For example, my sons know that my daughter and my wife shouldn't touch doors. They open the door. They open the car door. They open the doors when walking into a store or restaurant. My sons know that, like my daughter now, she's 16 and she has a boyfriend. My sons know that if this boyfriend gets out of pocket, we're going to take care of him because we're going to protect the women in our household. We're going to protect them. My sons know that as they get older, they will have jobs so that they can take care of their families. These are the things. Just we're talking about roles here. These are the things I'm teaching my sons. My sons know that they will love their wives unconditionally, no matter what. Even if their wives talk to them crazy, they will respond with unconditional love. Now there'll be a conversation. Hey, when you said this to me, it did this. But my sons know that they will love their wives unconditionally. My sons also know that they will treat their wives with a level of respect so that their fathers will be approving of their behavior. So just I'm just going down a list of things that I'm teaching my sons when it comes to roles. So hopefully that's the kind of thing. If that's the thing, hopefully that's what you're talking about. Just to give you an idea of the expectations that I have of myself, the things that I'm teaching my sons, and it's really the expectations that I have of other dudes. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, when I see a son talk crazy to his mother, it takes every bit of Jesus in me not to clock him in his mouth. I kid you not, because I cannot stand a son who disrespects his mother. Because if he disrespects his mother, he's going to disrespect his wife. It's classic, you know. So things like that. That's my little 2 cents. And there's more. Of course, there's more, but that when it comes to roles, those are the kind of things that I'm teaching my sons to do.
Okay. All right. DJ, you want to expound on that on your end?
Who, me?
Did he freeze? Yeah, it looked like he froze.
Yeah.
He trying to get out answering the dang question.
He in the Matrix. He in the Matrix.
For real.
I just want to make a statement that I wish more men would raise young gentlemen to be those type of men, because there's levels to manhood that obviously us ladies have experienced that you gentlemen are not a part of. So, you know, your opinions may not match what we've experienced with the men in our lives. You understand? Because like what TK was saying, like, you know, there are men that will push us out the door when there's noises outside, and they will run and hide in the closet. And, you know, there are men who hit us because they don't know how to communicate. There are men who cheat on us because they don't know how to be faithful and trustworthy and dependable and healthy, and, you know, all the things that cheating and lying leads to. And, you know, so those type of men that, you know, we may be aggressive with are not the type of men you are. So just because they got that response out of us don't mean that you as the man would get that response either. That's part of being a woman, is recognizing that there's different levels to men and how you treat different men.
I'll come down here. It's almost done though.
But okay. So let me ask this question then. Just out of curiosity for me. So like what you were just, everything that you said about the man don't know how to do this and that, cheat, hit and everything. How do you know when you have a man that is different? Like, because, and the reason why I asked that question is I hear it a lot. Usually folks be like, oh, all men are the same or all this and that. So how do you know when you have somebody who's different?
It's going to be their whole demeanor. Their whole demeanor is going to be different if they're a certain type of man. Like, there are some very good chameleons out there that, you know, their mask is on in the beginning, and they're, you know, these are the ones that end up getting told to man up, you know. But with that being said, you know, if you have a real man, and you're gonna know, like, there's such a thing as a woman's instinct. If we're smart, we follow it. And it'll let us, we're gonna know real, you know, that real eyes, real lies, real lies. It's the same words, but it's 3 different meanings. Well, that's kind of like how men, certain levels of men are. You know, you have men that say they're men, but they're not. They're boys. They're mama's boys. They're titty boys. They're fuck
I'm a
boys.
titty boy.
They're do boys.
I love
You
me some
know,
titties. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it'd be better to be a titty boy than a fuck boy, but I'm just saying,
True,
like,
true.
I
I concur.
On that question, I feel like for me, I'll know because, like I said, I operate in my masculine. It's what I know is what I've been doing, not because I want to, but because I had to step in that role because the opportunities I gave, they didn't handle their business. So I feel like I'll know when my masculine energy goes here and my feminine rises. And
exactly, yes.
showing me. And it's like guys hate to, I don't want to have to show you anything. Well, why do you expect me to submit, fall back, and be a feminine and allow you the opportunity to drop me +3 on our heads? I'm not going to give you that opportunity. You have to show me that you are ready for this position and the titles and all this extra that makes you a man, I guess, that you're going to be able to fulfill that. And when I
They
see
gotta
that,
show you, or
I'm gonna
it's
gladly
okay.
step back and be like, you got it. I don't want to do it. I have to do it. But that's how I feel like I'm gonna know. If I let these reins go, knowing I got me plus my kids, if I let you have it, he the one.
Hey, hold
And
on, hold on,
I
She can't
agree
be
with
talking about the fingernails.
sir. Really?
Yeah, I
So
had to look
to
at
be
mine.
honest, I agree. I believe when that man comes into your life, the way that you operated in your other relationships, it's gonna change. You may not even realize that it changed. The people around you may realize before you do, but it's gonna change how you operate. Like Pink said, that masculine is gonna go like this, that feminine is going up like this. And it will be automatic. You're not gonna have to walk in a role and try to balance it and be like, oh shit, wait a minute. It's gonna be automatic. Everything and how you handle and address that man is going to change. From your tone, the way that you speak, it's gonna change because he's allowing you to be in that feminine energy. He's given, just like what's that Derek said, being in that safe place for men to land. That man is going to provide you that safe place for you to be in, that operate in that feminine energy. When you know that that man got you, you don't have to argue. You're not going to have to be on the defense. It's going to be automatic that you're just going to fall into that energy because you trust. He's going to give you that sense that he got you. That trust is there to where you can fall back because you know he got it. He going to handle it. The opening doors, all those things, he's going to show you that. And it's going to be action there. You can't just, it's not going to be, oh, I'm going to do this and it never gets done. The actions and everything is going to be there. Everything is going to align. That's going to be a different than way you typically operate and how whoever you dated before operated. That's why Kim keeps saying the people before her husband now operated like this. Now that she's with her husband, she operates different because he's different. He's not that regular dude where, I know us as women, we always hear, I'm cut from a different cloth, and it be the same goddamn cloth, just a different corner.
The
It's a
same
different when it's a
recycled
whole, it's
cloth.
actually a different towel, and the towel is different, and ain't nobody else on that same towel. Men will say, I'm cut from a different cloth. It's a different cloth. It's a different thread. It's a little piece. All of them is still operating the same. When you come across that man, it's a definitely different cloth. You're going to see, you're going to notice. And it's going to be crazy how you notice it. Because you're like, damn, did it just, oh shit. Oh, okay. You're going to notice the difference in how a real man operates. And it's going to fuck you up. it gonna fuck you all the way up.
It do,
Like,
because then you got to sit there with the face like, okay, I understand that. But I'm just saying, I mean,
Gonna shut you right
okay,
up.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me go in here and
That
make dinner. Mind my
yeah.
womanly
That yeah.
business.
Yeah. Yeah. That part when they can already tell you that you done got frustrated and they done came in and already told you frustrated and you ain't even got a dog in the fight and you just like, I'm going over here. Shit. You will notice there's a difference. You will
So
notice.
I'm gonna ask a question that I'm probably not supposed to ask, but um, why is it that a guy in his role, as you say, has to give you something in order for your masculine energy to come down? Why can't your masculine energy already be down? Because, like, from what and I'm not. Let me just say this now. I'm an OG. I've been married 24 years. I've been out of the dating game for a long time. So, but I can imagine if I were in the dating scene, masculine energy from a woman would not attract me to her. So I'm just kind of curious about that.
And feminine energy to her would not attract her to you. So you gonna have to show her something for her
Well,
to be in that feminine, right? Because maybe I need to back up too. But didn't you have to, Miss Tiffany? Did she just automatically say, "Here you go, Neil, be the king of the castle," or did you have to show her you had your shit in alignment?
You
well,
dropped that Montumbo on him.
that was
I'm not the player.
Dario. That was date number 3. Okay, Dario, calm down. But no, no, but I like your question. And I just put us out there. Tiffany never gave me any masculine energy, never. And that's honestly that's what brought me to her. She was in her womanliness pretty much the whole time. And I'll tell you some more about us. Like Tiffany had my older son is not my biological kid. I've been raising him since he was 14 months old. But I would say within the first 4 months of our relationship, she knew that I was serious about her, and she knew that I was willing to raise this kid, and so she let me be a father to, at the time, her son. But she never had any masculine energy. She didn't. She never gave that off to me, because if she had, I would not have been attracted to her.
So she just gave you her son on a platter and said, "Here's my baby. Be a father to this child," without doing anything else. You didn't have to show her nothing else. She just said, "Here he is, be this boy's daddy."
So she, there was there was a conversation that she and I had where, and you need to have this conversation with anybody. Like, what is my role going to be in raising a kid? What is your role going to be? We had to have those conversations. But I displayed to her the fact that I was willing to come into this this little boy's life, and raise him to be the man that he was supposed to be.
So you
But she,
displayed that with what?
So you
but
gave her your stepdaddy energy.
yes, but she never gave me masculine energy. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to get. Because you all are saying
It's
that
not
you're
about
masculine.
her giving masculine energy, though. Like, it's about balance. All women have masculine and feminine energy, and all men have masculine and feminine energy.
Okay.
We come from men and women, so therefore, there's no
Okay.
way any sex or gender cannot have both. It's
Okay.
what
Then
you feed
I
more.
understand. I misunderstood them, because I thought I heard you say that my masculine will come down if he does this, and I just didn't. And I guess
Well, I
for
mean,
me,
maybe as women, we understand that more than y'all may understand what we're saying about that, because
okay.
because women in this day and age, this is not the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. This is 2023. So as we've said, and as most people are accepting, that gender roles these days are fluid.
Yeah.
I came from the 70s where gender roles were not fluid.
Mm,
I came from houses where men mowed the lawn, men took out the trash, men went to work, men, and then they went with their buddies to play basketball or golf or, work on cars or whatever men did that was men things. And the women took care of the children and the home and the clothes and
Mm,
the, things like that. I came from the 70s. I was not raised to be a strong, independent woman. I can't sit here and say that I was. I was very much raised to be a wife. Um, but with that being said, society gives us images of what men are supposed to be. Our
mm,
parents give us images of what men are supposed to be. And
mm,
of course, some women get more masculine energy because their mother was kind of the daddy of the house. Their mother, this is how I got masculine energy because I literally learned how to run a whole household by the time I was like 8 to 10 years old. I could pretty much do most everything in the household.
mm,
So I never, as a teenager, I didn't feed into feminine things. As a teenager, I was doing computers, I was doing nerdy things, and I was mostly around nerdy guys. Like, there's not a lot of nerdy girls where I'm at or where I was at. So I was around a lot of nerdy guys. So I picked up their habits as teenagers because, and their habits was to make sure the house is good, go to work, all of the male things that, so I kind of learned I know how to change tires. I know how to check oil. I know how to work on a little bit of the plumbing. I ain't going to do all under the house, but I can unstop a toilet good and change a toilet seat,
yep,
um,
yep.
things like that. And,
Mm,
but I think that my masculine energy more came from my business because I work in an industry that's male dominated. And in order to be respected, I had to bring a lot of stronger passion to my job in order to get the recognition. But that's a whole nother conversation. But um yeah, okay, so I'm gonna be quiet and let somebody else talk.
So going back to Neil, where you talked with everything with Tiffany, we all, as soon as you said it, we all had to her. You showed her that you got it,
Hmm. You did.
that you were willing. You showed her your actions.
okay.
It wasn't just your words. You showed her, I got you. I got this kid. I'm taking this, willing to take this kid and raise him as my own. This is my family. You showed her that. So you allowed her to still be in that energy and let you have it because of what you displayed.
Hmm.
Okay.
And I'll say previously, unless I know we've talked about it previously, at the time you met her, you were in the military, right?
No, I wasn't.
Wasn't at that time. What were you doing with your life at that time?
I was in school. I was actually a senior in college.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So you was in school, a senior, was getting
Yeah, I
yourself
was.
together and preparing,
I
and then
was
you
trying.
also showed her.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was. Yeah, I was. I was definitely. There was that, and I'm not going to front. I was 23, and I was trying to get the skins, so I wanted to you know, I wanted to show. I wanted to show her that yo, I can do it all. You know what I'm saying? But then I wound up 6 months later falling in love with this kid. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel what y'all are saying. I guess I guess I was just I got confused as to how you all were saying the levels changed, but I now understand where you guys are coming from because I think what you're saying actually happened in my life. Like Tiffany she just allowed me to come in and do that. You know what I'm saying? Because she could have been like, "Nah, Negro, this is my son." You know what I'm saying? But she
Mhm.
didn't do
Because
that.
I'm gonna tell you what I mean, I know I've been talking a lot, but like when it comes to women that just let a man start keeping their kid and they don't see nothing out of him, I don't respect women like that. Because how do you know that he has your child's best interest at heart? You're just letting
Mm,
him, like, you don't know if he's a real man or not. You just met him. Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
how you done it was correct. You showed her that you were willing to be there for them and be that for the baby. You see what I'm saying? But there are
yeah,
women who will meet a man at the club and let him stay there the rest of his days until
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
And this is the sad part about the women roles, because this is where we need to talk about the women that don't do right at times. You know, women don't always know how to be women. You know, some
Mm,
women are little girls, some are hoes, there's levels to being a woman.
Oh,
So
she said, oh,
there's
oh shit, oh shit.
there's levels to that. You know, all women ain't respectable women. If there was,
mm,
we wouldn't have certain legendary no good women that have went down in history, you know, like certain people's moms, you know, certain people's, you know, they bury their babies in trash bags, and like there's, all
mm,
women ain't good women either. So, you know,
mm,
there's levels to
mm.
that too.
Oh shit,
She said hoes and
man, she got,
I
yeah,
mean,
that's
it
what she
just
got
is,
me at.
and,
She
and
got
and
me
if
at
you're a real
hoes.
woman, you understand that there's levels to other women, because you're not
yeah,
all those things that some women are. There's some women out here. I have to tell people sometimes, oh, don't put me with that, because I'm not that.
yeah.
So you can't put me on that level with that lady, because I'm calling her lady out of respect, but you know that's not me. So.
Yeah.
I just want to go on record and say that I am not a hoe.
See, back in the day, you know, for a little bit, you know, just a little bit.
What they say?
Now I wasn't even a
You
little
had
bit,
your
a grain, a sprinkle, or nothing. That yeah,
what? You
that
didn't
wasn't
have
me.
Miss T. You didn't have your whole phase. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have that phase.
No, you know, we kind of had this conversation on the podcast, uh, where we asked, like, should everybody have a whole phase? I didn't never experience a whole phase in my life.
Good for you. Good for you.
Your whole face coming
Bishop
to
Bishop Bishop, Bishop McIntyre wasn't playing that.
it's coming.
We
It's coming. Your
didn't have
face
a
coming.
no the hell. If I have a whole phase, it's gonna be with my husband.
Mm?
I'm a
There you
hoe it
go.
out.
There you go.
That
Window to
that's
walls.
the only way I'm gonna be a hoe. I'm gonna be a hoe for him. That's it.
I
Hoes
like
for
that.
husbands.
Him and him only, not him and somebody else with somebody. No, him and him only. That's the
Oh
only.
my God.
Yeah,
Hey, what y'all
he
cooking?
hold
I'm
out
hungry.
before the. Oh, you know what I got during?
Don't say it.
What?
Don't say it.
Don't say what.
What you got?
I got my daddy's enchiladas. Woo!
That's all,
You
folks.
asked. I mean, you asked what we was cooking. I ain't cooking because I got
Oh,
enchiladas.
oh man.
I mean, you asked the question. Yeah, you asked the question. So, yeah, that's you asked.
And Kim, don't take nothing personal. What we were talking about, we just all fun and games, and we weren't attacking you, but we really appreciate your candidness, your openness to talk about it, because you gave an insight to the thought process of
A lot of
a
women.
lot of women, and it's and the crazy part about it is the number of women who think like that or feel like that or display that is growing, which is, I don't know if it's interesting or concerning, whichever one.
It's both.
Yeah.
Both. Yeah, it's both. But it comes from experience. Like they were saying earlier, like it comes from our bad experiences with men who weren't quite the men you gentlemen are. So when I'm holding a conversation with you, I really didn't come into the conversation to be, you know, that educated person. I have a whole show because I'm a character, I'm like a devil's advocate. He said he was gonna be the devil's advocate, but I love being the devil's advocate. I love this shit. Like debate is it's like a passion of mine. So I don't really take it personal because like y'all don't know me. I mean, I don't know y'all, and I've never had a problem with a man. I've never had a complaint as a matter of fact, look, I'm good. I'm good. And so the man in my life has to be good too. Because
don't get yourself in trouble now.
no, I mean, like, the man in my life has to be good too. He has to be more good, if that makes sense. Like,
You gotta be
if
gooder.
I'm super good and I'm a boss woman and okay, let's see, I'll even bow down and say it's not actually masculine energy. It's more dominant. I'm kind of a controlling dominant because I know what to do. Like I said earlier, I know what to do.
You got a hustle mentality.
Yes, you can't put me in a corner. I'm gonna find a way, even if it's blocked. I'm gonna find a way. So when a man comes into a relationship with me, like she was saying, I'm gonna automatically, my masculine levels are gonna come down. So if I can go into a business and I can make a $3 million deal today, I should be able to go into a marriage and make it last. And so that's where, that balance.
Speaking of controlling, okay, I just happened to be looking at the comments. Somebody said that I look controlling. Do I look controlling to y'all? Is that do I look that way?
Well, you got the Mufasa shirt on, so shit.
I'm just saying, I feel some kind of way. Somebody said that I look controlling. Like, what does that look like? You know what I mean?
Man.
Because people say I look mean, so maybe it's the same thing.
That message is for you right there.
I hope you got a bubble gust tonight, Hope. I really do. I hope you fart one good time and it be warm and be running down your leg.
She the one that said I look controlling. Who is this lady?
Hope
she is one of our regulars. Like she's one of our regulars.
Miss Hope, Miss Hope. I just want you to know that I'm a rehabilitated controlling person. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
She on my shit list right now.
God is working on me and my controlling ways.
Thank you. Yes. Please be patient with me. He ain't through with me yet. That's how the song go, right?
Me?
Y'all need to pray that I get something to eat because I'm hungry.
Okay, well, we finna close out in a few because we know how you get when you hungry. Neil, I know you had a question you wanted to address that had came up from Sharetta, and she said, "What are you teaching your daughter concerning her role as a woman?"
Yeah, and you know what? That question has two parts. The first thing I'm teaching her is I want her to compare the way I treat her to the way her boyfriend or men try to treat her. So every Valentine's Day, I get her 24 roses. They come into this house. They're in a vase. They got baby's breath, the whole nine with balloons. And she needs to know that whoever she's with, he needs to do something better than that. I offer her most of the time, whatever gifts she asks for, I'm willing to say again.
Peace over there. She getting emotional.
Oh, she getting emotional.
My daddy gave me shit.
Oh Lord, my bad. But I want her to do that. But then the other thing I do, and this is I'm just being honest, is that I recognize that there's certain things about being a woman that I cannot teach her, and I leave that to my wife. And so the things that my wife is teaching her, I co-sign it. So my wife will teach her, for example, hey, you're a lady, you need to have, your feminine package with you wherever you go to school. And I try to I try to reinforce the things that my wife is teaching her. But as it pertains, but other than that, I try to stay in my lane. I treat her the way I treat her, like she's the woman that she is, and I want her to compare her boyfriends or whatever. Hey, my daddy does this for me. How come you're not? And I need her to think like that. Like if she has to open her door, she needs to question, why is he opening my door? Because my daddy doesn't let me open the door. I'm putting that inside of her.
So you're not teaching her that, you're giving her standards.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
And then transparent moment here. I have made a ton of mistakes as a husband. And some of those mistakes my daughter has seen. And I'll give you an example so that your imagination doesn't have to go wild. There have been times where I've been very defensive with my wife when she has tried to confront me on a behavior. Hey, Neil, I asked you to wipe the counters off and there's still crumbs on the counter. Why didn't you do it? And I get defensive. Well, I might say, well, it's not my job or whatever I'm getting defensive for. And my daughter has seen that. And so when my daughter saw that, I had to go back and say, baby girl, daddy did wrong by being defensive with mom. I should not have talked to her like that. And hopefully you can forgive me for talking to your mama like that. So I need her to see that not only that I can make a mistake and talk to my wife wrong, but that I can atone for that, because I want her to be with someone who's willing to atone for his mistakes as well.
Okay.
Hopefully that answers your question. And by the way, Duriel, I'm not controlling anymore. Hope said you the one that's controlling.
That's what it say.
Man, look here, Hope. Look here. You just mad because you gonna have bubble guts later. That's all. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Just go ahead and get ready for it. Some Pepto. And you'll be fine.
You're so crazy.
Damn.
You're so crazy.
No sense whatsoever. But like I told you, Neil, you're like one of my favorites that come on here. Because I always love your transparency. You're honest.
I appreciate that.
About yourself, your feelings, emotions, even where you mess up at. And I love that you can correct. I mean, you've put some stuff out here on the podcast on some episodes that I know a lot of men would not have done. And I always appreciate your transparency. I even appreciate Tiffany allowing you to be up on here, entertaining us for some hours. So I always appreciate that. But yeah, I do. I do love that, and I love that when you do, like I said, when you cross the line and you might have done something, you have no problem apologizing for it. And I mean, a lot of people, men and women, don't do the apologizing thing. So,
and you know what, and I'll say one more thing to you, Miss T, because if I could just keep it real, when you said earlier in the podcast that saying man up to me was a trigger, I got to be honest, I got offended. Like on the inside, I was like, who does she think she's talking to? Because I got offended. But then I had to step back and be like, you know what? She's on to something. And, it's got me now, like, I'm going to just keep it real. Like, I need to just really search myself on that. Because why? Because you're right. Because I'm telling you right now, just having this conversation, my Agent Orange was acting up. You know what I'm saying? It really, my pressure elevated a little bit. So I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you holding up the mirror right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Hey, that's what we do on these episodes. We learn a lot, and a lot of us in this space of growing and healing, and very much of doing that. And I can tell you there's some things even in my life that I realized that somebody could have said to me, and I blew up in that same manner. And thinking about now that I am going through this process of healing and working on my trauma, and I realized what it was, and I'm like, oh shit, I used to go off for that. Or I used to get easily offended and ready to fight. And now I realize what the core and the root of the situation is. I'm like,
you can't fight.
I can handle it. I can handle it different, and know what it was and what that trigger was, and
Yeah,
it doesn't bother or affect me in that same manner anymore.
that's good stuff.
Yeah, most deaf. Uh, you put jalapenos on your enchiladas, Hope? You nasty.
Ooh, and your booty hole gonna be burning. Ooh, hey,
Mm.
she gonna be sitting on the toilet singing fire.
You a nut. So on that note, because we are at almost at 2 hours and 30 minutes. Not even, hey, I didn't expect anything less. We are going to go ahead and do our outros and close out for the night because we know that DA gets hangry, and hangry ain't good for him and nobody else around here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Kim, I'm gonna allow you to do your outro tonight since of course you're the newbie on the scene, and we'll just start off from there.
Okay, thank you, panel, for having me. I appreciate y'all. As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to been coming and checking in with y'all every once in a while, and like we said, it was a process to get me here. But I'm Kim Tyler, one half of at Meet the Tylers podcast 2023. Go look me up on Instagram. You'll find the link to the website, and we have YouTube too. We are the Tylers. www.wearethetylers.com. If you guys ever want to come on and chat with us, you are more than welcome. And thank you once again. Y'all man up. Don't be no little don't be less than. You know what I'm saying? Cause you're gonna always have a woman like me that don't know her place and is gonna always have that to say. So you have to be able to control yourself as a man in a man's role to keep me from making you feel less than by saying man up. So I love y'all, man. Thanks, Miss T. You know, I fuck with you all the way, the long way, you know, and I'll see
Most
you on the
definitely.
ground, you know.
Most definitely.
Um, Miss P, thank you for helping me say what I was trying to say, but somehow, you know,
Oh,
it's just me.
sister.
I do it in every room, but that's what makes me me. So I appreciate you. And gentlemen, thank you for being gentlemen during the process of understanding from my point of view. And y'all good with me. Y'all have a good night.
All
Right, that's what's up. DA, Mr. Devil's Advocate himself. Are you over there harassing Hercules?
Why you? First of all, why you in my business now? Go on.
Look here.
I appreciate it. Was a good conversation. You know what I mean? It was it get it did what it was supposed to do. We knew it was gonna go deep. We knew it was gonna get fellas ruffled and people in their feelings, and that's what it is for. Because if you can't do that, then if you doesn't do that, then you're not hitting the mark. You're not creating that space to make people think. If everybody is happy go lucky, then you just wasted time. So that's what I appreciate about this. Kim, it was all in fun. We again, anytime. Damn, I look high. Okay, I had to catch myself, but yeah, anytime you want to come through, roll through. Yeah, we're gonna check you out. I'm gonna act the fool. I'm gonna do me, be me. So
Oh,
other
I'm
than
here for it. Like I said, I love it. I love it. And I produce hits. So
okay.
it's not even that's what I do in my real life on the radio.
Oh, you
So
on the
when
radio?
I went into podcast and I was behind the scenes originally, and somehow everybody that kept guesting on the shows I was producing was like, "Oh,
You need to do
uh-uh.
your show, huh? You need to do a
You
show.
need to be on a show. You need to be on a show." So
Okay.
here we are.
You need to. Yeah, well, we need to do some things with the podcast so we can go ahead and produce and get out there.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's
Let's
it. That's all
work.
I get.
Let's work. What I tell them, Miss
Yeah.
T, I tell them all the time, don't I? Let's work.
Yeah, let's work.
All right.
Let's get it. All right. Neil.
It is always a pleasure to come on this pod. Let me just be honest. I feel honored and privileged that you guys asked me to join you. And yeah, hopefully this isn't the last time. And to Miss Kim, thank you. Your transparency was like refreshing. You know what I'm saying? And to the rest of y'all, your transparency was always refreshing as well. So, like I said, hopefully it's not the last time. I am not as I'm not as famous as the rest of you guys on here. So, if you want to check me out, you have to find me again on the next time I'm on this podcast. But I appreciate the invite. Thank you again.
Controversy sells. Let me add that. Controversy sells, y'all.
You right. You right. Definitely does. Pinks.
I'll keep it short and sweet. Thank you guys for being here as always. Great topic. You know, that's all I got. I just thank y'all so much. I learned something. I take away communication as I always do. Seem like every show, if I don't learn nothing else, I learn communication and better ways to effectively communicate the way I feel. So I will thank you for that as
You
well.
still talk shit. Oh, my bad. I said that out loud. My bad. Go ahead.
That was an inside thought. That was an inside thought.
I'm getting better as a person. Like, you may not notice it, but I am. Thank you very much. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. And let's go eat.
Facts.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, because I'm hungry. I ain't gonna lie. I'm ready to eat myself. I was waiting for the podcast while I show my ass with this plate because I'm gonna be tired.
That's a lot of ass to show too. So yeah, I know that's a big ass plate.
I'm 30 minutes overdue, darn it. Oh, sorry.
You know what? I ain't gonna say what I want to say to you.
Ma'am, come on. You got your plate in front of you. I gotta go in there and make something happen. It's been late.
Look here. It ain't in front of me, but it's in there. And look, and I got me a brownie jar from Slim Chickens. Bam, it's going down.
I'm finished acting like
hey, who else got the disconnect button? Because she tripping.
Whatever. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in and vibing out with us tonight. We knew this topic was gonna be a little thick, and with the people we have, we know very vocal, so we knew it was gonna give what it needed to give. Kim, thank you for coming on tonight. I'm glad we were able to make it happen because I know prior we had some issues and then life and been busy. So I'm definitely thank you that we got you on tonight. Neil, of course, thank you for always coming on. We always appreciate it. And I actually got another topic that I think I want to pull you on. So I'm gonna have to run that by you so we know your schedule and with Tiffany, because I don't want you getting in the doghouse. I want you sleeping on the couch. So yeah. My co-host, I thank y'all as always and greatly appreciate y'all. We are coming up to another year. This week I had made my 2 years of podcasting, and I'm like, wow, where did the 2 years go? So I'm very proud of that because this wasn't in the plan for me. Not my plan, but somebody else's planned it for me. But definitely appreciate it. Definitely thank y'all for everybody that rocks with us and support us to the fullest. We definitely wouldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all. Thank y'all for the newbies that we've been getting lately. Greatly appreciate y'all as well. Much love. So on this note, because it's about to cut up in good old San Antonio with this thunder and stuff that's going on in this background, I'm like, for real? Maybe that's why the internet was tripping. But yeah, so on that note, we are out. Y'all be safe. Have a great week. Protect yourselves because COVID and the flu is showing they monkey ass. RSV in these kids. Definitely be safe. Do what you got to do. Protect yourself. Protect yourself too. You know, this cuddle weather be getting people caught up, and in 9 months they got something else that they didn't have 9 months prior. So yeah, y'all gonna do what y'all do. And on that note, we are out, and be safe.